Chief Engineer Brex's personal log, stardate 55310.5. We returned to Starbase 12, and Admiral Liu informed us that the entire Dauntless crew is being transferred to the Sovereign. Getting a Sovereign-class ship, that's a huge leap for a fourth assignment. Only Commander LaForge has had the luxury of tinkering with this design. Until now. The ship itself is wondrous, but it took me a year and a half to get the Dauntless running like I wanted. I'm just getting started with the Sovereign. But, as the legendary Montgomery Scott once said, there's nothing like the impossible to bolster one's miraculous reputation.
Captain on the bridge. Sir, we've completed the first pass of all ship essential systems. There are quite a few loose screws, as Chief Brex put it.
Loose screws, nuts, and bolts, Commander.
Incoming message from Admiral Liu. On screen.
Greetings, Captain, and congratulations on your new command. I see you've already settled in. Because of your outstanding service, you and your crew have been selected to lead the investigation into the destruction of Vuvi. You've been given command of the Sovereign to help in this task. Treat her well. The Sovereign is a fine ship, the first in her class. We refitted her after 5 years in mothballs and commissioned her for this assignment. The Sovereign was a prototype ship, fitted with an experimental shield system which failed during initial field tests. Before you begin, you'll need to take your new ship out on a shakedown cruise. It will give us an opportunity to work out any bugs in the enhanced deflector dish, upgraded sensor palettes, and her regenerative shield system. The Sovereign is equipped with more powerful quantum torpedoes, in addition to the standard photons. Use these sparingly, Captain, as Starbase 12 will be unable to resupply your quantums until a shipment arrives from Earth. Commander Larson has your checklist for the shakedown. I believe you will find it an adequate test of your systems. When you've completed your cruise, return to Starbase 12. Take good care of the Sovereign, Captain. She's a lot of ship, but I'm confident you can handle her. Liu out.
I have our checklist, Captain. Running startup sequence now.
Main systems powering up, Captain.
Impulse and warp engines online.
Main deflector and sensor subsystems online.
Weapons and targeting systems online.
We are being hailed. On screen.
Sovereign, you're cleared to leave for your shakedown cruise.
Ready to leave space dock on your orders.
So, new ship. Let's take her out for a spin now.
Take us out, Ensign. 1/4 impulse.
Aye aye, Commander. Ahead 1/4 impulse. We have cleared space doors.
Our first item is testing the warp drive. We should plot a course for Savoy 1.
Before we do that, we're going to take a look at our new bridge. It's kind of hard to click on Miguel just because hers and Safi's hitboxes kind of line up on top of each other. Brex doesn't have that issue, mostly.
Yes, Captain?
Anyway, to Savoy!
Course laid in. Aye aye.
That's not right.
We've arrived in the Savoy system.
Just a bit shaken.
That ride was a little rough, Chief. Can you do anything about it?
I think so, Commander. It's the inertial dampeners. One of our graviton generators is operating at 20 millicochrons less than the standard IDF system output. I'll run a diagnostic on it later to track down the problem. I'll be down in main engineering bringing another generator online to compensate. The ride should be much smoother next time.
Yes, we can actually watch Brex get up and walk to engineering. He's not glued to his chair. And he'll be down there for the most part.
Your orders, Captain. Course laid in.
We have to go
Yes, sir.
further into the system to Savoy 1.
We've arrived at Savoy 1, Captain.
Are we clear to test the tactical systems now?
The weapon systems are the next item on our checklist, Lieutenant, but let's follow procedure, shall we? Mr. Diaz, sensors online. Has the phaser range target been towed to its position?
Yes, Commander.
Captain, we should test our sensors by scanning asteroid Amagon for compositional analysis.
And we shall.
Your orders, Captain. Initiating scan. The asteroid is comprised of some nickel and something else.
Something else? Hardly a scientific appraisal.
I can't tell, Commander. The nickel easily stands out, but the sensors are having trouble identifying the rest of the asteroid's composition. It's like all my readings are being bounced back at me.
Ensign, hail Chief Brex in Engineering.
On screen.
Yes, Commander?
Chief, we're experiencing problems with the sensors.
I know. I think it's the enhanced deflector.
Doesn't enhanced usually mean better?
It is better in most respects. It has upgraded EM scanners, both wide and narrow angle. The gravimetric distortion package has been updated with the latest imaging data available.
Results, please, Chief.
I'll boost the warp core intermix ratios to generate more power to make full use of the enhanced deflector and the lateral sensor palettes.
I don't know how you can raise the intermix ratio since it's
Captain,
a 1-to-1
much
ratio.
better. The imaging is clearing up. I'm reading 45% nickel, 22% uranium composite, 13% iron, and 20% ice.
Sounds like we've got our sensors working. Captain, the range is ours.
So we'll go.
We should commence phaser testing. When we hit the asteroid, Savoy Station will send us telemetry we can use to align the targeting systems.
We go into
Red alert,
tactical
shields
view,
up.
but manual fire's grayed out. That's kind of interesting. I thought Brex was supposed to be back by now.
Engaging to destroy, Captain.
So we'll let Felix take over this. Felix?
Brex, what's going on with my phasers? All the arrays are firing randomly.
I'm working on it. Just keep firing so I can trace the
Your orders,
problem.
Captain?
Unfortunately, those torpedoes the ship fired kind of wasted what we had.
I got it. The problem's localized in the phaser
Sweeping
function
through
command
phaser
processor.
arcs.
The rewritable symbolic code algorithms aren't calculating the proper targeting vectors. I'll have to overwrite the old command algorithms and replace them with new ones.
Jeez, think the ship has enough bugs in it?
That should do it.
Shall we move on to the next item on our checklist? We're scheduled to test quantum torpedoes and regenerative shields next.
How are our shields different?
Captain, I have another vessel on an intercept course. It's the Geronimo.
Ooh, Nakira.
Incoming message from the Geronimo, sir.
Open a channel, Ensign.
Aye, sir. On screen.
Greetings, Commander. Oh, I mean, Captain. I'm Captain Gregory McRae. It looks like we're just in time.
On time. I'm sorry, Captain McRae. I'm not sure what you mean.
For your tactical systems tests. We could help you out with a wee exercise for both our crews.
Just what exercise did you have in mind?
You can't expect to test those systems properly on a few floating rocks. What you need is a moving target, one that'll bite you back.
Is that a challenge, Captain McRae?
Aye, Commander. That would be the proper term for it, a challenge. So what you say to a little friendly war game?
I'm not sure what the correct protocol is here, Captain, but we're ready if you want to take on the Geronimo.
So we actually get a choice in this, and we're going to take it.
Excellent, Captain. I'll have my tactical officer switch to simulation mode immediately. Shall we begin?
That's fine, Captain McRae. We'll be ready for you. Felix, switch to tactical simulation mode.
Aye, Commander. Simulation mode activated.
Entering combat simulation. Weapons are set to 1/1000th power. Loading dummy Mark IV torpedo casings.
Ready to engage, sir.
Engaging to destroy.
So yeah,
Captain.
now we have to fight the Geronimo, who's basically as powerful as we are. I believe they have the regenerative shields that they're talking about, which I'm not sure what the difference of the shielding is, because in our shields kind of regenerate
Moving into
before...
attack range.
Oh well. Oh yeah, the Geronimo also has something else we also have. They have quantum torpedoes, which they will use against us. I guess I can talk about now. We're in a Sovereign class ship now instead of a Galaxy class.
Their
I have
bottom
to
shield
say
is
I'm a
draining,
little
sir.
disappointed we didn't get to stick with the galaxy for a bit longer, but
Sweeping through phaser arcs.
I guess they really couldn't give us the Sovereign just to start the game.
I heard you were quite a fighter, but lacking experience. I'd be happy to give you advice on the finer points of tactical combat.
I do love that
Falling
we
back
point
for an
the
attack
ass of
run.
both of our ships at each other just to fire torpedoes. But as you can see, the quantum torpedoes have not been doing a whole lot of damage to our shields. I don't know if that's because these are simulated quantum torpedoes or what.
Sweeping through phaser arcs.
But quantum torpedoes generally are more powerful than photons, but you have a very limited number of them. As Admiral Wu said, we can't get a resupply of them at the moment, so for the most part I'll be saving our quantum
Moving into
torpedoes.
attack range. Sweeping through phaser arcs.
Now you'll notice even though we're in simulation mode, our torpedo count is going down. Don't worry, that does not affect our actual supply of torpedoes. That will reset to 196 once this is done.
Lining up rear torpedo tubes.
It's kind of funny how even though we're in simulation mode, we have plasma leaks going on outside of the ship.
Falling back for an attack run.
Their bottom shield is draining, sir.
The Geronimo itself is not a hard fight, it just takes forever since it's basically on the same level as our ship, it's just smaller.
Moving into attack range.
Sir, their aft shield is draining.
Now we're actually starting to do something damage to it.
Sweeping through phaser arcs. Moving into attack range.
I think this fight is more just to get you used to the idea of you're in a bigger ship, you have to take a bit more time to turn and all that. Honestly, I don't really notice much of a difference
Sweeping
between
through phaser
the
arcs.
Sovereign and the Dauntless. They pretty much fight the same.
Moving into attack range.
Sir, we are draining their top shield.
Sweeping through phaser arcs.
Nice hit, Captain. We'll see if we can return the favor.
Moving into attack range.
Now, one thing about the Sovereign I really don't like over the design of Galaxy-class ship is Sovereign classes seem a little too flat.
Sweeping through phaser arcs.
Up until this point, Enterprises mostly have had a separatable top section and a bottom section, but the Sovereign just seems like one long big piece.
Moving into attack range. Lining up forward torpedo tubes.
impressive ship you have there, but I fight to the bitter end.
Indeed, you can see all the little green marks
Target hull
popping up on
integrity
the
at
Geronimo's
75%.
Moving
target.
into attack range.
Their aft shield has failed, Captain.
Sweeping through phaser arcs.
Geronimo is a tough little ship.
Moving into attack range.
Sovereign, you're really taxing my patience. I've got simulated damage reports flooding in from all decks.
Lining up forward
I do
torpedo
have to say I
tubes.
loved that background sun, how it has flares popping up everywhere. Could have just been a static sun, but no, they went and animated it.
Sweeping through phaser arcs. Moving into attack range. Sweeping through phaser arcs.
They just kind of
Sir, we are not yet ready to engage.
stop you suddenly.
Sir,
The
we are
Geronimo
not yet
has
ready
been
to
destroyed.
engage.
Ending simulation.
A good match, Captain. Try to remember it takes more than a big gun to win a shootout. Experience and skill will always triumph.
2 Klingon birds of prey decloaking dead ahead. One of them appears to be Captain Draxon's ship, the Rancouff.
Yeah, there's a reason I switched to quantum
Their weapons are
torpedoes
set
in
to
between.
simulation mode as well.
Is this part of the exercise?
Sir, message from the Klingons.
Allies, we could not resist the opportunity to join your brave games. Let us dispense with the formalities and test our true mettle under fire.
Well then, this ought to even the odds a bit.
No problem. The more the merrier.
Stow it, Chief. Just keep everything in proper order and record the amount of simulated damage we do to those ships.
Aye, Commander. Entering combat simulation. Weapons are set to 1/1000th power. Loading dummy Mark IV torpedo
Sir,
casings.
we are not yet ready, to engage.
sir.
So I'm going through tactics and maneuvers looking for evasive maneuvers, except I'm missing the giant
Engaging to
evade
destroy,
button
Captain.
right there under attack maneuver. Now, this fight, I'm not sure if it's actually possible to win. It's 3-1
Well, Captain,
with 2
but
cloaking
keep in mind
ships.
that smaller ships can sneak into the blind areas of a starship's
Lining
firing
up rear
arms.
torpedo tubes.
Now, I think when I was doing this fight, I thought the Geronimo was the bigger threat just because it's on par with us. I think what I should have been doing is actually targeting the Klingons since they technically are a weaker
Moving
ship.
into attack range.
Take those 2 out so that way I have less things firing at me. As you can see, we've already taken a chunk of damage, but that might have been from firing our quantum torpedoes.
Sir, their aft shield is draining.
Sweeping through phaser arcs.
Yeah, as you can see, the Klingons are really going all out on us.
Moving into attack range.
I keep dropping the sensors. That's going to bite me in the ass in a later mission.
forward torpedo tubes. Sweeping through phaser arcs.
The bottom shield is draining, sir.
I do have to wonder if this fight is winnable, because I've never even won it even when playing on first officer difficulty.
Moving into attack range. Lining up forward torpedo tubes.
Yeah, you see how the right two shields just kind of drop
Their forward
suddenly
shield
as I
is
hit it with
drained.
torpedoes? That's why I think I should have targeted them first. But still,
Their
that
bottom shield
cloaking
is
is a
draining, sir.
problem.
Moving into attack range.
They're wearing you down. Reassign more power to your shields.
I've already put all the power I can into my shields.
Lining up
Their
forward
bottom shield
torpedo
is draining,
tubes.
sir.
You're running too slowly. You'll have better luck at high
Lining up
speed
rear
with
torpedo
command.
tubes.
Hey,
I tried to take his advice, but that doesn't go very well.
Shields are at 50%.
Moving into attack range.
Sir, we are draining their top shield.
Sweeping through phaser arcs.
Now, I'm actually starting to do damage to the Geronimo, which is nice. But the fact that I'm not focusing on the Klingons is really hurting.
Moving into attack range.
I tried to see if more distance was going to help, but yeah, you can see how well that's going.
Lining up rear torpedo tubes. Lining up forward torpedo
Do we
tubes.
play too rough for you, Captain? Our enemies will not play with you at all.
Lining up rear torpedo tubes.
Their top shield has failed.
Sir, we are not yet ready to
That
engage.
hit destroyed our ship, ending simulation.
Incoming message from the Klingons.
Does Starfleet concede victory? Perhaps we will meet again on the field of battle. Until that day comes,
Ensign, are you
you
okay?
will do well to hone your skills in combat. Kapla!
The Klingon ships have left the system.
That's a hell of a way to test a new ship at the end of its shakedown cruise.
Do
Ensign,
you want to get
open
up
a
off the
channel.
floor?
Captain McCrae, what's your status?
all's well, Sovereign. That was a good bit of fighting. I'll see you back at the starbase.
The Geronimo has left the system.
That completes our checklist, Captain. I'm sorry we let you down, Captain, but the crew is new to the Sovereign. I'm sure our performance in the next test will be up to par. I will relay our current status to Starfleet Command.
Your orders, sir? Switching to photon torpedoes, Captain.
Yeah, we want to make sure we switch back
Incoming
to this
message
so
from
we don't
Starfleet.
waste our
On screen.
quantums.
Greetings, Captain. I see from your first officer's report that everything on the Sovereign is in working order.
Cancel
The relief
red
efforts
alert.
in the Vuvi system are still proceeding. Now that our people are safe, we've sent in a science vessel to try to determine what caused the solar pulse. The USS Berkeley, under command of Captain Elizabeth Haley, is leading the investigation with the help of Commander Data from the Enterprise. Because of extremely high radiation levels, they've been having difficulty in penetrating the residual gas clouds. The more powerful shielding on the Sovereign will be helpful in the investigation. Commander Data will join you to assist the science team in the search for the cause of the incident. Rendezvous with the Berkeley in the Vuvi system. Once Commander Data is on board, he will give you further instructions. Liu out.
So yeah, 3 guesses as to our
Yes,
next
Captain?
guess, and the first 2 don't count. The crew member on the floor, that's kind of a glitch when
Red
we
alert, shields
go over
up.
to the Sovereign.
Cancel red alert.
Captain,
I don't know why it does that. Patch 1.1 was supposed to
Course
fix
laid
that,
in.
but even though
Yes,
this
sir.
is patched to 1.1, it didn't. Oh well, it's still fun to see every so often.
we've arrived in the Vuvi system, sir.
Sir, I'm reading a Romulan warbird on the other side of the planet. It looks like she's preparing to warp.
Track its course.
Aye, Commander. One moment. The warbird is heading to the Vuvi dust cloud.
That's the same way we're going. Let's follow.
Course laid in for the dust cloud. Captain? Course laid in. Aye, Captain. We've arrived at the outer edge of the dust cloud, sir.
There's no sign of the warbird.
The USS Berkeley is nearby. Shall I hail them?
Yes.
Your orders,
yes, you
Captain.
should.
Hailing frequencies open.
Greetings, Captain. I'm Elizabeth Haley, Captain of the Berkeley. I'm glad you're here. Commander Data is prepared to beam over.
Commander Data has beamed aboard, sir.
It's been frustrating trying to wade through the dense cloud of radiation and dust left from the Vuvi event. I'm sure you'll have greater success with your newly enhanced deflector and sensor palettes. This star gave every indication it was going to last another 10 billion years. We hoped that by scanning some of the ejected surface debris from the face of the star, we might be able to piece together what happened. I believe Commander Data can elaborate.
Yes, I can. We managed to triangulate possible locations of the star's debris, but were unable to get close enough to scan the dust cloud with any success.
Welcome aboard, Commander. Have a seat.
Thank you. To continue, as we went deeper into the cloud, radiation levels increased and were a constant drain on the shields. After 3 attempts, the Berkeley fell back to its current position and contacted Starfleet for a ship with stronger shielding.
We're hoping the Sovereign can get in there and collect the information we need to further our studies.
Chief, what do you think?
Well, it'll definitely be a balancing act, Commander. The radiation will be a significant drain on the Sovereign shields, but I think I can buy us enough time to scan for the star's debris.
Great. We're transmitting the information we've already gathered to you now. I'm confident you and Commander Data will be able to finish the job.
Thank you, Captain. I'm receiving the data now.
I look forward to seeing your results. We'll see you when you get back. Haley out.
I have isolated 4 regions of the dust cloud that might contain stellar debris from the face of the star. They are entered into the con.
Confirmed. Courses to 4 nav points have been plotted. We can go to any of these points to begin our search.
Then we're set. Shall we head in, Captain? Yellow alert, shields up.
Yeah, we want to
Your
have our
orders, sir?
shields up for this part, and we want to make sure they're constantly getting power.
Yes, sir?
Because this cloud will constantly drain our shields.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, we have Data on board. Yay!
Entering the dust cloud.
On a minor aesthetic note, they put his pips on backwards. For Lieutenant Commander, they gave him black, gold, gold. It should be gold, gold, black. But, aesthetics. And his menu only has a report button, so we won't be talking to him too much. He'll be talking to us a lot, but that's about it.
Captain, There are several debris fragments in the area that could be matter from the star's surface. We should scan them.
Captain? Initiating scan.
Sensors indicate this is a cluster of inert matter and not stellar debris.
Intercept course plotted.
Yeah, I have to kind of intercept the fragments because we have
Yes,
to be
Captain?
within a certain distance
Initiating
to scan
scan.
them.
The radiation is causing sensor distortion. We need to be within 20 kilometers of the object to ensure a thorough and precise scan.
Translation, we must pad this out as long as we can.
Your orders, Captain.
I'm trying to find the shortcut key, but for whatever reason I can't.
Initiating scan.
Sensors indicate this is a cluster of inert matter and not stellar debris.
Intercept course plotted.
So yeah, something other than space battles, and it's flying from rock to rock and scanning it. Thrilling!
Captain, there are still fragments which have not yet been scanned. One of them could be the stellar debris we are looking for.
And he'll keep
Captain,
saying that the
initiating
longer
scan.
you take.
Sensors indicate this is a remnant of one of the planets. This is not the stellar debris we are looking for.
Captain? Yes, sir.
Now, also, I'm not sure if the placement of the stellar debris is random or not, but this is my second attempt, and it was basically in the exact same place the second time that it was the first time. I can't remember my previous playthroughs if it was in the same spot as well.
Your orders, Captain?
Or there could be multiple ones that we could go to and scan. Just none at nav point
Captain,
1.
there are several debris fragments in the area that could be matter from the star's surface. We should scan them.
Your orders, sir. Initiating scan.
Sensors indicate this is a remnant of one of the planets. This is not the stellar debris we are looking for.
Your orders, Captain.
This one I'm
Initiating
just
scan.
a little hasty and
The
hit
radiation
scan
is
too
causing
early.
sensor
Intercept course
distortion.
plotted.
We need to be within 20 kilometers of the object to ensure a thorough and precise scan. Yes, sir. Initiating scan. Our scanners are reading the stellar matter's composition. High levels of hydrogen and some helium, but very little iron or other heavy elements.
Captain, we have located the stellar debris from the Vuvi star, as we suspected. Supernovas occur naturally when the heavier elements created by solar fusion suffocate the reactions in a star. The resulting solar pulse was created by bringing the star to the threshold of collapse. This event had to have been caused by an outside force. Once we return to the Berkeley, I can run advanced simulations on the information we have gathered and create a profile of what might have occurred.
Sir, we're receiving an emergency distress call from the Berkeley. The transmission is pretty garbled, but I think I can clean it up a bit.
Unknown vessels are disabled and we have sustained heavy damage. Please assist. Message repeats. Mayday, Mayday. This is the USS Berkeley to all. We are under attack from unknown vessels.
The Berkeley is not a combat vessel, Captain. I recommend we return to our position immediately.
Do we have everything we need, Mr. Diaz?
Affirmative, Commander. All readings have been catalogued.
And it's a good thing
Captain?
the Berkeley's not that far away.
Yes, sir.
Why is the dust cloud purple? I suppose that has to do with whatever elements made up the star. But it just seems kind of an odd color. Oh well. This is Star Trek, anything can happen. hear phaser fire.
Captain?
We are being hailed. On screen.
Sovereign, thank heaven you came back. You must have frightened off whoever attacked us.
Can
We
you
are leaving the
identify
dust
the
cloud.
attacker, Captain Haley?
Negative, Commander. The radiation and dust completely blocked them from our sensors. There was no sign of their approach until they were on us. We're operating on emergency power, and our long-range communications are offline. You'll have to notify Starfleet of our situation.
Why would anyone attack a lightly armed science vessel?
To frighten it away from the area, perhaps. It could be there is something here someone does not want us to find.
Then why not attack us? We were closer to the core.
To draw the Sovereign back here, away from the stellar debris. I surmise the information we gathered will prove very useful in solving this mystery.
Sir, we should contact Starfleet and inform them of the Berkeley situation.
And we will. But I love that
Your orders,
real-time
Captain?
damage across the Berkeley.
Contacting Starfleet.
And how one of the nacelles is detached and just kind of floating.
One moment. Admiral Liu is responding.
Captain, I've received the data on the stellar material you found and assigned a team to analyze it. The Federation is most disturbed by your discovery. The fact that the Vuvi star did not come to its end by natural causes is a matter of utmost concern. I've been given assurances that the Federation is putting the highest priority into the research of your data. I'll keep you apprised. I've sent a recovery team to assist the Berkeley. If you feel she can hold out till their arrival, I want you to track down the attackers. An unprovoked attack on a Federation science vessel is a serious matter and must not go unanswered. We cannot allow others to assault our ships at will. Use whatever means necessary, Captain. I leave the matter in your hands. Contact me when you have some significant information. Liu out.
Sensors indicate the unknown vessel entered the dust cloud. Its engines have left trace subspace distortion pockets in their wake. I have plotted a new waypoint into the con.
We're going to wait for that rescue ship because it's not that far away.
New craft entering the area. It's the relief vessel that will take the Berkeley home.
Very
Your
well.
orders, sir?
Captain, now that the Nightingale has arrived, we can begin the hunt for their attacker.
It's another
Your
Nebula
orders, sir.
class.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, now to find that ship.
Entering the dust cloud.
Wonder if it's that Romulan ship from earlier.
Scanners indicate a small object or device ahead of us, Captain. It's a configuration I'm unfamiliar with.
It appears to be a probe of some sort. Perhaps we should scan it. Your orders, sir. Initiating scan.
The energy signature is building exponentially. I believe a self-destruct sequence has been activated.
Handy
The
feature.
probe has been destroyed.
Any ideas as to what it was doing here?
Perhaps an intelligence probe, left to gather information about us. The probe was composed mostly of silicate, which is uncommon to say the least.
It is also possible another race is investigating the recent occurrences in the Vuvi system, just as we are.
There isn't much we can do about it now. We can't be distracted from our mission.
Based on readings from this region, I have plotted the possible destination of the unknown vessel that attacked the Berkeley.
I've added the new coordinates to the con, sir. Yes, sir? Yes, sir.
Let's see if we can get to the bottom of this.
Yes, sir?
Your orders, Captain?
We are leaving the dust clouds.
Considering lowering my shields, but then I remembered I actually still want them pretty high.
I am no longer detecting any sign of the alien ship. I am sorry, Captain, but I lost the trail.
Wait a minute. I'm detecting the remains of a ship. It appears to be what's left of a Romulan warbird.
No doubt the same ship that attacked the Berkeley did this as well. It must have been a powerful ship to destroy a Romulan warbird.
Still some nice real-time damage there. And I think the pattern is the same every time you play the game.
2 Romulan warbirds have just exited warp. They are powering weapons.
Red alert!
We're receiving a message from the Romulans. On screen.
This is Captain Terek of the Romulan Empire. So, the Federation now destroys ships and whole systems to stop anyone who dares challenge its rule.
We are not the aggressors here, Captain. We are as baffled by these attacks as you are.
Save your lies and prepare yourself for destruction.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 2
Engaging
warbirds.
to destroy, Captain.
Not exactly the best odds for us, even in the Sovereign ship. Your best chance is to kind of run away.
Lining up rear torpedo tubes.
The forward shield is draining.
Taking the brunt of it, but they can't hold against this for too long.
We are outnumbered, but the radiation dust cloud could work to our advantage. If we withdraw into it, it will be difficult for them to load weapons.
It will also make it difficult for us, Commander.
What other choice do we have?
I've plotted a course back to the dust cloud, sir.
So yeah, we want to escape into the dust cloud as quickly as we can. Being in the dust cloud has another advantage, which I love. Taryn will explain it once we're actually in the dust cloud.
Entering the dust cloud. We're receiving a message from the Romulans. On screen.
Excellent. The radioactive dust will enable you to track us with our cloaking shields engaged.
Engaging to destroy, Captain.
We did fight as
The
cowards.
forward shield is draining.
We came to tear the flesh from your treacherous bones.
So yeah, the Romulans can't cloak in the dust cloud, and it constantly drains their shields like it does for us. That kind of evens the odds. This whole time, you want to be targeting the Cairo, because that's the lead ship.
Captain, their forward shield has failed.
Lining up rear torpedo tubes.
First time I did this fight, because I had my sensors... I had my sensors down so low, I couldn't actually see the ships. Like this, it did that constantly.
Lining up
Captain,
forward
their
torpedo
forward
tubes.
shield has failed.
I'm so lucky the Cairo turned its front towards us.
Captain, radiation reaching critical levels.
Impressive, Captain. It's seldom any one vessel defeats a flight of warbirds. The next time we meet,
Lining up rear
Captain,
torpedo
Their forward
tubes.
shield has
not
failed.
be so fortunate.
Yes, sir.
We should inform
Disengaging.
Starfleet
Yes, sir.
of our encounter with the Romulans.
Captain, radiation reaching critical levels.
Yeah, before we contact Starfleet,
Yes,
we're going to
Captain?
get out of the dust cloud, or else we're going to have to
Yes,
keep
sir.
hearing Brex complain about
Yes, sir.
radiation.
Captain, radiation reaching critical levels.
I don't think it really affects anything besides, I guess, damage to our ship,
Your orders, Captain.
but it's just kind of annoying to hear him repeat it over and over in short
Port
time
shield
span.
draining, Captain.
We are leaving the dust cloud.
Now we'll contact Starfleet.
Your orders, sir.
Yes, sir? Hailing Admiral Lu. Stand by. She's responding.
I'm disappointed by your inability to find the Berkeley's attackers, but I'm sure you did your best. However, I'm very impressed with your handling of the encounter with the Romulans, Captain. It is a testament to the skills of you and your crew that you were able to survive an encounter with a superior Romulan force. There were people who said I was unwise to give you the Sovereign, Captain. Those voices are silent now. Your encounter with the Romulans is most disturbing. It appears the Berkeley isn't the only vessel that's been attacked. Other ships in that area have been damaged or destroyed. Some survivors have cited the Cardassians or the Romulans as the aggressors. But most, like the Berkeley, were unable to identify their attackers. I received word from the Cardassian government. They have denied responsibility for the attack on Birunu Station. Their reply states House Arterius has severed connections with the government and gone rogue. These reports of Cardassian and Romulan aggressiveness are leading to a diplomatic crisis. We cannot take action against the Cardassians or the Romulans without proof of some kind. It is imperative we know who is responsible for these attacks. From our intelligence, it appears the majority of the attacks have occurred in 3 systems: the Itari system, the Voltaire system, and the Ziontrades system. Patrol these areas thoroughly, Captain, and watch for any aggressors. Keep me informed of your progress. Liu out.
So, we'll examine those sectors next time.
Captain?
But first we're going to head to Starbase 12 for some much-needed repair and
Course
restock.
laid in. Aye, Captain.
See you next time.